All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a video on this is why Yahweh made that law that a lot of people have got a problem with in Deuteronomy 22. And what we've got here is a woman that accused a man that does not exist. That's some like meme, some kind of weird TikTok AI create character trend of pretending that there's a homeless man in your house, right? Which is just bugged out anyway, right? But she accused that random character that don't exist as the person that R-worded her, right? Which is dangerous because let's just say that there was somebody that actually looks like that person, which I've seen plenty of people that look like that imaginary fake character that don't exist in real life. I've seen plenty of people that look like that, right? I've seen plenty of people that look like that on the TV, on the news. Like I've seen plenty of people, right? But she made this up, lied about it, right? But this is why Yahweh's put that law within the scriptures, and this is the video that you can type in to find it. Florida woman busted in TikTok fake grape claim, right? Now, this is why I'm gonna say it again. This is why Yahweh put that law in Deuteronomy 22, and I'm gonna read it just 1 second. All right, so this is the law that I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna read a few of these laws, and then we're gonna get to the main one that I'm talking about. So Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So thou shalt put evil from away from Israel. Now that's just normal standard adultery. A man sleeping with another man's wife, right? Not a man sleeping with another woman. A man sleeping with another woman's wife or a betrothed woman. That is adultery. If a man sleeps, if this situation happens where a man's found lying with a woman that's not married, and his wife finds him, she can't go before the judges and accuse him of adultery. And we are not going to be allowing it to happen in our kingdom. That's going to be like the Garden of Eden on earth. If a heathen woman tries to come to us Israelite judges and priests in the kingdom and try and say, I caught my husband committing adultery with a non-married woman, we're not going to take that seriously. And she's going to get judged for false witness. So there's going to be a hell of a lot going on in the kingdom, man. Like I'm gonna say that again, as kings and priests on the earth, right? And you can say all your we was kings all you want. If we find anyone in the kingdom of heaven, our kingdom that we're gonna be ruling, a woman accusing her man of committing adultery because he slept with a woman that's not married, right? That's not betrothed, not married, none of that. And she was just a single virgin woman, right? And she wanted to be with him and all that, right? And his wife tries to come to him and accusing him of adultery. Well, you know what she's actually trying to call for now, right? She's calling for him and her to be unalived. But guess what, though? Deuteronomy 19 says that if you bear false witness, whatever judgment you want to happen to somebody, that's the judgment that's going to happen to you. So it would actually end up being the wife that would end up getting unalived in that case. Now, if there's anyone out there that wants to say that that's not true, please come forth and correct me on that. But that would be the judgment as far as I can see. If you accuse somebody of committing adultery, you want them to be unalived according to the law, because that's the judgment. But if the person's not, what the hell's happened there? What the hell has happened there, man? But if the person's not married, right? Well, then what's the problem? Right? There's no problem. I think I just clicked on that advert that says Macrosoft, whatever the hell that is. There shouldn't even be ads on a Bible app, in my opinion. But anyway, here's this law. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin betrothed to an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and he shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he have humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put evil from among you. Now, you have to kind of understand two things in this situation, right? Because if a man finds another man's wife and lies with her, right, and she doesn't scream out, well then she wanted it to happen, man. That's the way how Yahweh views it. And Yahweh knows the hearts of men and the hearts of women. So Yahweh knows. And this woman in this situation said, in this fake situation that she made up in her head, said, the reason why I didn't scream out is because I was scared and all of this. Listen, man, the Lord of Yahweh gets rid of all that. Because if that happens to you, you're supposed to be more scared of that you're going to be getting them stones. Never mind what's happening to you in the moment, right? And also Yahweh put this law in place because women will think they're slick, which they do. Women in this world plenty of times commit adultery. Like I've seen a couple of cases recently where female correctional officers working in the jails and prisons and all that was having affairs with the prison inmates, right? And then when they get caught, they're saying, "Oh, it wasn't consensual. He did me wrong. He did me wrong. He R-worded me. He raped me," right? Because women think they slick. They might want to see what it do with another man, and then when the moment they get caught, oh, see, it wasn't consensual. Things were out of order. Everything was out of place. I wasn't right. Like if even some women think that just because they're drunk, that means that it was our word, but the man might have been drunk too. So as men, we can't be drunk and make a mistake and sleep with a woman that we didn't want to sleep with, right? That we might have not slept with when we were sober. But a woman can get drunk, and if she doesn't feel like, oh yeah, that was who I would sleep with if I was sober. Once she's sobered up, then it can be considered our word, man. And yet for all this, women still try and have the nerve to complain about this society, man. Like they're being so hard done by when they get unfair in every single thing in this world, man. But it's starting to turn around now, right? Since they want to be equal. Which judgment's equal anyway? Judgment's supposed to be equal. Verse 24, then ye shall bring them both out of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel because she cried not being in the city, and the man because he have humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. So the main crime would ultimately be considered adultery for both parties. That would basically be considered an extreme version of adultery, man. Because she's supposed to understand that she's married to another guy, betrothed, and not do it. And then the same thing for a woman that's actually married with the guy and the marriage has gone through. She's under the same kind of thing, man. Verse 25, but if a man find a damsel in the field, meaning where they ain't a large population of people around to stop it from happening, right? So in the city, okay, you better scream out. In the field, ultimately, like in a place that's secluded, ultimately it doesn't really matter whether you scream out or not, because no one's going to be around to help you. You see what I mean? No one's going to be around to help anyway. But if a man find a damsel in the field and the man force her and lie with her, then only the man that lay with her shall die. And it goes on to explain why. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbour and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. So even if she doesn't cry, like even it doesn't even mention whether she cries or not in there really. Let me read it again. And the man falls on live, then only the man shall die. See, so she might have cried in that situation out for someone to help, but there wasn't no one around to help. But in a situation where there's someone to, like, let's say a woman, let's say, man, for example, right, this, right, a woman's in a house, right, and somebody tries to force themselves on her in one of the rooms, but the door's closed or whatever, but there's 20 other people in their house as well at a house party, something like that. If she screams out, right, someone's gonna hear that. Someone's gonna hear, man. Someone will hear that. And I know some of you people are gonna try and go to extremes now, but what if there was music playing? Listen, man. If she don't scream out, the law says what it says. If after it's finished, she don't scream out and quickly try and make somebody know this is what he did to me, the law says what it says, man. Now, within the law, there'll obviously be some kind of differences and leeway and wisdom that will be applied to these things. But the overall thing is, if the woman can scream out and does not, she's guilty of the same thing, man. That's what it is. And there's a reason why Yahweh put this in place, because women lie about it all the time, and women lie all the time. So Yahweh put that in place to get rid of women lying, because if a woman really doesn't want this to happen to her, she will go to every single point that she can to stop it from happening. Like I did a little post the other day, in fact, and it was like some women like fawning over some Pookie and Ray Ray, and one woman was like he must have been done. I think he got done for some kind of domestic violence, something like that. And then all the women, because they thought he was handsome, was messaging him, and one woman said something like, oh yeah, okay, you like to fight, but we can do a fight like Ike and Tina in the limo, which she was talking about the movie where Ike Turner was played by Lawrence Fishburne and Tina Turner was played by Angela Bassett, which is a good movie, by the way, right? But she was saying, oh, we can do a fight scene like Ike and Tina, and then we can do and then we can make, and we do our little studio scene as well, which the studio scene from that movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, is actually an R-word scene. He actually R-words her in that scene, and that actually never even really happened, from my understanding. That never even happened in real life. So they put that in there to just make Ike Turner look worse, but it never happened. But the point is that this one wanted that guy to do her like that. She got turned on by that scene, which proves what we say and what we've heard men say and what we've heard women say. But it's like a taboo topic because it's extreme. Women, several women in this world, or some women, whatever you want to say, are portion enough for it to be a thing, fantasize about that. And some women fantasize about it so much that they're prepared to lie and say that it happened to them when it did not. You understand? Some women fantasize about that so much that they're prepared to lie about it and pretend that it happened, which is what happened in this case.